Hello, hello, hello. I'm Karen. I haven't been on YouTube for a while, so welcome back to Managing My Fibromyalgia with myself and the lovely Yoda. Hi guys, she's saying hi guys. She won't stay for long because she's on the scrounge for treats, but someone said to me, a friend of mine said, "You've just popped up on YouTube." And I went, "Sorry, what?" And he said, yeah, you're managing your fibromyalgia video. And I said, oh my God, it was many moons ago. I don't know how many years ago it was, but time has passed. And I'm sorry, the background's a bit crap. This is literally just a hi, I'm back video. I mean, usually I'd put lots of pretty things in the background and blah-de-blah, but I have a flare up at the moment. That hurt. And as we all know, you're balanced also on some Kleenex tissue roll. It's really not professional today and I apologise, but I only have literally got about 15 minutes. So I'm going to put my timer on and I'm just going to start blabbering. Excuse me being a bit vague and a bit all over the place. As I say, I'm in a flare and we all know what it's like to be in a flare. Nasty fibro flare up. So my first video where I've got the curly hair and I'm a lot younger, a lot more fresh. I think I was telling you all about myself. I used to be a hairdresser. I am now 57 years of age, going on 22 or even 12, I think, mentally, which is actually the only way I keep myself together. Definitely a few tips I would say when you've got fibromyalgia and you've had it for a long time and you know that you're going to pretty much live with it is don't take life too seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously. You can't. I'd love to say hi to, anyone that's new and that they've been recently diagnosed. And I'd also like to say your life isn't over. I know when you get your diagnosis after a lot of tests, a lot of time, and it took me a good few years to get mine. It was, it's heartbreaking when you suddenly realise you're kind of elated because you're like, oh, I finally got a diagnosis. Wonderful, fantastic. And then you think, oh shit, what am I going to be able to do? What am I not going to be able to do? How am I going to live with this? Am I going to get better? How do I manage it? That's why I've called this, here you go, baby. That's why I've called this YouTube channel Managing My Fibromyalgia, because, my friends, it is the only thing to do is to manage it. I developed fibromyalgia in my mid to late 20s. I had endometriosis and I was really suffering, and emotionally and physically. I had to leave a relationship that I was in because it wasn't working because of all the pain I was in. I was missing my folks. And yeah, I had to fly back home from living in Canada. And it was quite heartbreaking. And I had to literally start again. I worked in a salon on and off because I was a hairdresser. But I only managed a few days a week in the end because I was in so much pain. And I was having all sorts of trouble with my endometriosis, and I thought best thing is just to come home and start again. So without waffling on too much, here you go, Yoda. I came back and had what can only be described as a nervous breakdown. I had to move back in with my parents in my late 20s, which was like, okay, much as I love them, it was like, oh my God, okay, here we go again. What do I do with my life? I can't do my job, which was hairdressing, anymore. How am I going to manage money wise? Am I going to live with my parents for the rest of my life? So it was tough, and my dad, God rest his soul, was able to send me to be properly diagnosed by a wonderful man who would not be on this earth anymore, called Professor Davies. He was at the London Fibromyalgia Clinic way back. Now, you know, my God, how things have changed. And I am so pleased that doctors know all about it now, at least the ones that I have seen and are seeing do. I've got some lovely docs, and but the problem is that from all my experience, 30 years, and I don't want to sound negative at all because there are so many ways of managing fibromyalgia, I would just say that I spent too long looking for a cure. I was obsessed with finding a cure. And, you know, look, if there is one out there and someone knows about it, feel free to tell me, feel free to share. I do know of people that have said that they've got better, but those people, bless their hearts, and I'm so pleased they got better. Personally, I think that they didn't have what I call true fibro, and that's not in any way being rude to them. We know how many bloody symptoms there are. I mean, I could recite 80 now. So obviously, I mean, I know friends that have thought, excuse me, Yoda, I'm so sorry. Every time a plane comes over, she wants to go, and here we go. Here you go. Yoda. Oh, I see, I knew this would happen. I can't do it. Here you go. Treat. There you go. Treat. I've been completely sorry. What was it? See, this is another thing. You forget what you're saying. Excuse me 1 second. Thanks for ruining my video, Yoda. Yeah, well done. Lovely. Thanks a lot, love. Thanks a lot. Got to put the light on. God, it's so dark today. Yeah, what I'm saying is true fibro. And a true fibro to me is where you've had it for, whether it be 6 months, maybe it be years, but you know, it ain't going anywhere. It's just not going away. You've tried absolutely everything like me, and you still have all the symptoms, and you still really struggle. Yoda. And it's, as I say, some people are even diagnosed and they say that they have it, and then they you know, thank God they get better because they have got all the symptoms, and quite rightly so. Why wouldn't they think they've got fibromyalgia? They've got brain fog, they've got fatigue, they've got widespread pain, they've got migraines, they've got headaches, but a lot of them have had, like, say, an infection or been poorly for a while. And of course, you do get those symptoms when you get lots of things. But what I'm saying is, when you realise that they are not going to go away and you've had them for a long time, shush, I'm so sorry. When you've had them for a long time, it's like, yeah, it is a question of manageability. So I am going to come back on another time when Madam stops barking and I'm not in so much pain. She's actually winding me up now. And I will talk to you about the things that I've tried, being sort of different protocols, different vitamins, different minerals, you know, and how I manage it. But what I'd really like to do when I'm back on and I've got more time, as I say, is I'd love to do a couple of collabs. Collabs, is that the right word? It doesn't sound right. Collaborations? Collabs. I guess that's the shortened version. But yeah, I'd like to do a few, and I have been stalking somebody, a lovely, lovely new guy who's come on here, and I'm so sorry about Yoda, just ignore her. No! He's called James, and I believe he's called Fighting Fibro with James. James, if you're there, hi, lovely. I am so impressed with your videos. I know he's on TikTok. And I have messaged him and said hi. But you know what? I'm so pleased that there's a man that's come on and said, hey, I've got it. And he's able to just be free with his words and just say, look, this is what's happening. And he does it really, really well. Not like me. I just bloody go off on a tangent and waffle. But you know, hats off to him, because he is, you know, he's relating to everyone out there, male and female. But it is so nice to see a man out there doing it, because you men do suffer, and I really feel for you guys. I really do. You know, and yeah, so also my chiropractor, who is very holistic and very knowledgeable with all things fibro, called Jean-Luc my dyslexia, sorry, Jean-Luc Lafitte, who is a lovely man. Oh, I know so many wonderful therapists. I do have a lot of combinations of therapy, depending on how I feel. At the moment, I am going through a healing crisis. I am bloody awful at the moment. There's no getting around it. And that is because I am trying something new. But I don't want to go straight into what I'm doing and, oh, it's going to be great. And, you know, because I've done that for too many years. So I will let you know about all the things that I've been doing and all the things that have helped slightly or don't help at all. And again, we're all individual. So my fibro won't be the same as your fibro or someone else's fibro or whatever. Completely different. Mine is mainly really, really chronic pain. I don't get migraines and I don't get massive fatigue, but I can't continue going unless I have my muscles massaged out twice a week, which I find a real pain, literally. But, you know, I have the therapist to help me, and that's great. Other people like to, you know, have to take drugs. I'm not a huge fan of taking a lot of drugs, but then again, if something works for you, take them, you know. I will tell you what I'm also on when I next see you. I can tell you now that I'm on 20 milligrams of citalopram, which I find a godsend. But yeah, painkillers, you know, I've tried all versions of painkillers. I have been on duloxetine, pregabalin, all of those. But yeah, I love good old holistic therapy myself. So yes, I think I should love you and leave you there, because I've already bombarded you. But I just wanted to say hello, and I'm glad to be back. I really am. And thank you for James and Jean-Luc for inspiring me and, you know, encouraging me to do this again. Because you know, you get stages where you get very low and you think, I can't talk about it. I just don't. But then you want to help people, you know. We got to stick together. We got to big each other up. Woohoo! Stay positive, guys. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And yeah, anything you want to share, anything you want to say, go ahead. I don't really get that offended, as long as it's not rude and horrible. I will speak to you very soon. Take care. Bye.